Are you staring down a complex business acquisition and feeling overwhelmed by the sheer volume of unknowns? What if I told you the difference between a nightmare deal and a monumental success often comes down to one crucial hire? This video isn't just about finding an advisor, it's about uncovering the strategic partner who will transform your acquisition journey from daunting to definitive. Hi, I'm John Stoddard. I've helped buyers close over 33 million in small business acquisitions, and I've raised over 50 million to fund deals. I help first-time buyers find, fund, and close their first business without wasting years chasing junk deals or losing sleep over rookie mistakes. If you're working full-time or trying to acquire business on the side, this one's for you. Let's talk about the most underrated lever in your acquisition journey, the right advisor. Because buying a business isn't just about spreadsheets and the seller calls. It's about having the right person in your corner. So, part one, the hidden cost of going solo. Let's start with something nobody likes to admit. Too many buyers try to do this solo. No advisor, no roadmap, just vibes, Google, and maybe a few YouTube videos. It's like trying to perform surgery after watching a few TikToks. You might hit something important, but you're probably going to bleed out. I had a student who found what looked like a great deal, great cash flow, motivated seller, clean books, but he didn't loop in a Q of E advisor early. He missed major inventory issues, overstated receivables, and fake ad backs. The deal collapsed after the LOI and after he was out 10K in legal and diligence cost. That is the stupidity tuition fee for skipping the mentor. Here's a quote from Charlie Munger that I think applies here. Spend each day trying to be a little wiser than you were when you woke up. If you're not leaning on someone who's been there before, you're just guessing. And guessing's going to cost you money. Part two, defining your acquisition North Star. So before you go hunting for that advisor, you've got to get clear on your own goal. What are you trying to buy? A SaaS business you'll operate remotely? A local service biz you want to scale and flip in 3 years? A boring HVAC company to pass on to your kids? Because different goals require different advisors. Ray Dalio talks a lot about radical transparency in decision making. And I think it starts here with yourself. Ask this question: what kind of deal size am I targeting? Do I need someone with post close experience? Am I comfortable with someone who pushes back on my assumptions? Once you're clear on that, create your ideal advisor profile. Treat this like hiring decision, not a favor. All right, part three, where the pros play. All right, so where do you actually find them? Because if you just Google M&A advisor, you'll end up with a sales call with someone who specializes in selling $50 million tech exits when you're looking to buy a $1.2 million company. Here's how the pros do it. They start with the referrals. Ask your CPA, your banker, other operators in your niche. One good name from someone you trust, better than 100 cold DMs. Industry databases, sites like Axial, Grata, or PitchBook, if you have access, are gold mines. Even LinkedIn Sales Navigator works if you filter it right. Private equity networks. If you're tight with anyone in private equity, even lower middle market, they'll know legit M&A attorneys, Q of E firms, advisor. And boutique firms. For deals under 5 million, boutique shops often punch way above their weight. Also, try X. X had a lot of people on the SMB threads. Also, quick tip, look at past closed deals on Bid Buy Sell or Quiet Light. Who brokered them, who structured them, that tells you who's in your sandbox. Part four, the interview gauntlet. Once you have a few names, don't skip this part. Interview them like they're joining your core team. Here are 5 killer questions. Can you walk me through a deal you helped close in the last 6 months? What red flags do you look for in sellers' financials? How do you charge retainer, success fee, hourly? What happens if the deal dies after LOI? How do you disagree with the client? Any red flags there? Vague answers? Lots of, trust me, bro. No actual deal sheet? No experience with your deal size or business type? And yes, check references. Ask what went wrong because no deal is perfect and how they handled turbulence tells you everything. Part 5, sealing the deal and maximizing the mentorship. Once you've picked your advisor, treat it like a partnership. Agree on how often you'll talk. Set expectations on deliverables, especially around the LOI, due diligence, and seller comps. Define the scope of your project. You don't want any surprise invoices. Also, leverage them beyond the transaction. Your advisor should and probably knows lots of good SBA lenders, investor networks to help you with syndication if you need to raise that equity gap, operators, people that know how to find people to take that GM spot, lawyers in the SMB M&A world, and strategic partners. That's a hidden bonus. You're not just paying for advice, you should be plugging into a network. Warren Buffett once said, it's better to hang out with people better than you. Pick out associates whose behavior is better than yours, and you'll drift in that direction. That's what the right advisor does. So raise your game. Final thoughts. Let's be real. You can go it alone, but why? Buying a business is one of the biggest moves of your life. You wouldn't want to climb Mount Everest without a Sherpa. So don't try to buy a $1 million company without a guide. All right, I'm going to close here. If you want the playbook, I used to help buyers go from working full time to own a profitable business. Grab my book. It's in the description down below. It's $19.99. It's packed with real world strategies, on and off market sourcing, valuation tips, capital raising tactics. You will save time, money, and months of frustration. You don't have to figure this out alone. You can shortcut the learning curve and get a guide who's done it before. I'm John Stoddard, and I see you on the next one.